Adam, thanks. The man you hope to unseat in this primary is running for a fourth term as governor, but some have speculated that he has presidential aspirations and could run in 2024, considering recent trips and some comments he's made. If he does run for president as the home state favorite, do you think it might damage the competitive nature of the 2024 New Hampshire primary and potentially affect the future of the state's first in the nation status? Mr. Riley, to you first on this.
So I would say this. First of all, what other people are doing isn't always my concern. You know, I'm more concerned right now about Granite Staters and the stories that I've heard all throughout the state over the past couple of years. We are living in serious times, and the moves of a career politician are honestly the last thing that's on my mind. We need to get serious, and we need a serious candidate to be our next governor. And playing games nationally, this is not the moment. People are hurting across New Hampshire, and we're talking about one person's political future and how that may affect an entire state. Maybe the problem right now that we face politically in New Hampshire is this right now, that we're pausing to see what one person does in a state of 1.4 million people that are struggling and hurting more than ever with money, with fear of energy crisis, heating oil going into, that's the stories I've heard in nursing homes about single moms and grandkids. What are they going to do with the heating oil this winter? I don't care what a career politician does with his life. I'm sure he'll figure it out on his own. New Hampshire needs to move forward into a positive realm, and they need to do it now.
Mr. Aciard?
To be honest, I don't care what the governor does. Do I want to see him as president? No, because if we're going to send from here, from the Granite State, I want any Republican we send to actually reflect the Republicans here in Granite State and the Granite State overall. I don't want anyone going to D.C. who I've already seen capitulate to D.C. I've already seen capitulate to the woke mob. I've already seen put on shows, and as the governor's been known so far, is the photo op governor. He's everywhere he needs to be to, shake a baby, kiss a hand, or pose with some kids, except right here on this stage asking for the nomination from his own party. Do I want a guy like that going to D.C.? I don't think so. But that is right. This is not something we should be focusing on right now. In 2022, we have serious issues that are happening in the state. We have serious problems we need to take care of. I myself just paid over almost $700 on my electricity bill. My gas has doubled over the past year. It's getting ridiculous.
Mrs. Testerman?
It's interesting that the governor has put our state at risk because he is allowing the unconstitutional counting machines to continue on. I actually was one of the people who filed a notice of trespass with the governor, notifying him about our reasoning on why the electronic voting machines were unconstitutional. He has done nothing about that. As residents of New Hampshire, as citizens of New Hampshire, we do have some very serious things going on. The projection is that our electricity bills are going to be quadrupled in January. And while that's sitting on our desk, we should really be focusing on how are we going to help our neighbors? How are we building our communities? We need to get back to neighbors knowing who neighbors are. What are your capabilities? How can we work together if we need to?